Welcome, Sagittarius, to your May Astrodice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button and welcome all the new subscribers. Wow, we have so many new subscribers. So welcome, everyone. Best message coming out. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. So let's see what's going on with you. This message. Got the sun coming out. Ooh. Into the second house of money, and assets. Ooh, with some Aries energy. Nice. A little bit of fire and heat going on over here when it comes to that finances and money. Love that. But the sun over here is actually your immortal spirit. Purpose and destiny is involved, right? It's talking about this is where I'm putting myself. It's all about me when it comes to the sun. My purpose, my destiny. Doing it with some Aries energy. I actually like that energy together, actually, when it comes to the sun. Why? Because this is dynamic and spontaneous, crusading. Its impulsive action is likely to occur, meaning you're going to step up, want to take those leap of faith, right? When it's coming to what it is you desire when it comes to your second house of your assets, finances, and the things that you value. Right? So it's like, this is where I need to take control over my destiny, knowing where I need to be, seeking that balance when it comes to my money, right? Love it. Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and the end of the month. So let's see what's going on with you, my friends. Ooh. Straight into that beginning of the month. Show me what's going on under the sun and what's going on in that second house. Ooh, we have the Ten of Wands over here, right? There's always more than one way of doing something, right? As you're taking on these burdens and these extra responsibilities and all this hard work. It might feel like there's no end in sight right now when it comes to certain situations, when it comes to your career and finances. You guys might be really overworked right now. Everything just keeps coming and coming and coming, right? Justice. Looking for that truth and fairness. Comes to the Three of Cups. Okay. Finding that I like this though, right? Because this is actually saying, you know what, even though I'm working really hard and you know what, there might be a little bit of stress and, right, I just keep going and going and going and it feels like there's no end in sight at this time. So you might even be working on some kind of project right now, but it's all good though, right? Because there's this fairness and this truth and this clarity that's coming through this. And you kind of like know that at the end of the week, at the end of the beginning of the month, it's all going to come together where we can all celebrate, right? That this is done, that this is finally, you know, seeing the end, finally being able to see the end, finally feeling like, oh, this is happening. I like that. Clarifying on the situation, you have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, swiftly moving. Queen of Swords. You could have your boss over here that's telling you, yeah, but you know what? Keep going. Everything's going good, right? You could even be feeling very inspired, very artistic at this time, right? Using a lot of emotional expressions, right? But also feeling like, oh, yeah, there it is. Having that stable and that power coming in. So there's a lot of focus. A lot of focus when it comes to this money right now. So you do know that all this hard work is definitely going to pay out in the end. So yeah. Just keep going strong over there. Keep that focus. Keep that communication. Let's see. In the mid-month, there's that passion of that project, right? There it is. You might feel like there's something a little, you know what? a little frustrating, right? I am feeling a little frustrated. I feel like I am walking a little bit on a walking stick over here when it comes to the situation, but I do have the mental clarity of what the situation is. So it could even be that, you know what, for some of you, you're like taking inventory, right, of your personal finances and noticing, you know what, maybe there needs to be a budget. Maybe I need to reinforce something when it comes to the way that I'm doing things. Right? Maybe you're being a little critical about the situation, feel like things are de-escalating in some ways, but you know the truth about the situation. You know that, you know what, I'm a little tired. Everything is going to be okay though. It also feels like, it's almost like you got through one project and you're like, woohoo, I got through this, right? Or it's almost done. And then all of a sudden a new project starts, right? So it's almost like right when I feel like everything is almost done and I'm celebrating, then I'm right back to another, right back to another project. Okay. Yeah, moving right along. Connecting with some kind of radical ideas that are coming through or new ideas of how you're going to do things. But it does feel like there is some kind of delay or indecision about this certain specific area of your life. Remember, it's your assets, your finances, and things you value, right? So take it how it resonates. It could be reconsidering how you're reacting to certain situations, even though you know the truth about the situations and the new beginnings. Yeah. Release a few of these emotions. There could be something a little secretive that's going on. You might be keeping it back, repressing some emotions about how you really feel about what's going on within this situation. If you know that it's like, hey, you know what, I just got past this one area and now you're going to throw me into another situation that fast. No wonder it feels like, oh my gosh, everything's just going so fast. There's got to be a good payout though, right? Because you're going to see the overall payout to this situation. You're not going to put in all this hard work for nothing. It might feel in some ways like I got a great payout here or on my way to, but then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, what happened? So you have the 6 of Swords in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse. I like that though. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. See, there it is. It's just slow and steady and hard, right? But remember, you have all the dynamic. It's like no matter what, there's a lot of impulsive things going on. And I think the impulsion is you're pushing me into this area and it's just like go, 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 go. And it feels like there's no real rest, right? There's no real rest. It's just going, 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 going. And it's just all this determination, willpower, everything's intensified, everything's going this way, but yet I have to harness this energy, but yet I'm holding on to these emotions because I know I have to do this, right? So it's almost like you're not giving yourself any kind of real rest over here. You have the personal transition at the end of the month, but I do like that in its own way, right? Because it's saying, right, there is some delay. I know there's some procrastination. You might feel like somebody at work is now kind of procrastinating about the situation, but at least seeing it with the Knight of Pentacles at the end, at least it's saying there is going to be some income. The income is coming. The end is in sight, right? You are going to see this payment come out, right? So whatever it is that you're looking for is on its way, and there is hope in the situation, right? So you can get rid of all the turbulence, right? If you're carrying out some important duty or whatever it is, you're now accepting that and you're saying, okay, because I accepted the challenge already, it's almost over. Here it is. Growth and achievement and the good investment. Wow, right? But it's like, wow, that took a long time though. I expected everything to, look, everything's coming the way it's supposed to go. It's just that what was this in the mid-month? Throwing shit at me. Yep, there's a choice. There's the choice, but there's the outlook. Yep, there's the star. There it is. I took the challenge and the challenge is coming in fine. So you were driven to make the adjustments. There could be some routine adjustments that are coming through as well. But you'll get clear and focus on the situation with the star, because the star says, well, I have the faith and the purpose. There it is, the sun. Here's the purpose to the situation. They definitely, right? They're definitely throwing it all at you. So if you felt like this was, at one point it started becoming a little bit frustrating and feeling like, well, is there going to be, that there's a purpose though, right? You have to get the job done. I just think that maybe there was something there that's kind of standing in the way over here. Or maybe they promised you something and then you didn't see it right away, and then here comes that promise with the star as it all comes together. Because it's all coming together. Your intuition with the star, hey, it's saying this is going to help you understand what's going on. So anything that you did feel like it was, hidden from you, or that this was too much of a challenge, or whatever they're doing, it's bouncing back to come back to say, nope, here's your reward. I don't know. It has something to do with, could be coworkers or the boss itself. Maybe they weren't giving you enough information to begin with. Whoa. Or maybe they didn't give you enough time. Something of that, my friends. Until next time. But it looks like it all works out. Peace and love. Bye-bye.